the Summerfest, we're going to stay with Summerfest. We're going to talk about our top 5 favorite matches of the hottest show of the summer.
Bash at the Beach?
Factual.
You're the worst. WCW died like 14, 15.
This summertime.
So, wait, so you're saying that Ming versus Sting should not be on my list?
No, that match was god awful.
Damn it.
We somehow sat through like a 45-minute Sting Meng match. I don't know how the fuck we got there.
That long?
What?
It wasn't that long, was it?
It felt like it.
It felt like it. There was a lot of...
We may have watched it in like half speed because it literally felt like it was moving in slow motion at one point.
It was on a beach. When that match started, it was like...
It was sunlight.
Yeah, like the water came all the way up to the ring when the match started, and it was just really far away by the time the match was over.
We had high tide. Awful. All right, who wants to start?
I'll go first, because mine's probably,
Randy Savage versus a hamper.
surprisingly,
Versus a bag of cocaine.
No, there's going to be lots of Bret Hart on his list.
there is not one Randy Savage on my list.
But there's a lot of Bret Hart.
There's actually one Bret Hart, and that's the first one here. There's not a particular order. Honestly, you could have 10 matches that can go either way, honestly, in the mix. But this is the first one I thought of right now, off the top of my head. Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect for 91 for the IC title. Classic, obviously.
That is a classic.
This one's going to shock you guys. I actually love Rick Rude and Ultra Warrior from 89. Not 90 in the cage, but 89. When Rude was a champion coming into the match. I actually enjoyed that match a lot.
I love that for you.
I remember the cage match. I don't remember the other one.
That was the 89. They met 2 years in a row. IC title first year, world title the second year.
You believe me.
Yeah, no. I did not doubt your facts.
You said you didn't remember the
I
match.
don't know. I don't remember the match.
Yeah,
You just did that thing to me where you tried to speak to me in English, and I was like, I don't understand.
You tried to mansplain him about
everything.
Yeah, you did that thing where I was like, no speak English, and then you just started yelling at me in English.
You know what, sir?
But slower.
After the show's over, I'm going to need you to come in my office. We're going to suspend you and send you to sensitivity training like you're Max Caster.
I spoke too much.
All right.
I don't know what that was.
Next match, the third match here. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon ladder match, which I prefer that ladder match over the WrestleMania ladder match.
Do you really?
I love that match at SummerSlam.
But what's better about it than the WrestleMania match?
Oh, man, some of those bumps. I mean, I know HBK took a bunch of bumps in both of them, but I mean, I don't know that match. It's not like a wide margin. It's like it's that one a little more.
It's the blue tights on Shawn Michaels, isn't it?
Maybe. Shut up.
Sexy,
next one here. And these two are from the same event. And this is arguably my favorite SummerSlam of all. That's SummerSlam 2002. The Rock and Lesnar. I love that match.
Rock.
Rock was Rock, yeah. And then, of course, the same night, the unsanctioned match between HBK and Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fantastic match. That's on my list, too.
HBK's return after 4 years away.
No, match.
Well, I'm not going to argue this could be top of the list, if anything.
Well, I can see that being on the top of the list.
Yeah.
You want me to go?
I mean, you can or I can. I don't think it really matters.
Well, but it's your topic, so you should get to decide.
Wait, honorable mention. Sapphire against Seychelles Queen Cherry. Next one.
He just stole my honorable mention. He doesn't even know it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was actually going to make because SummerSlam 1990 is probably my favorite SummerSlam as an event overall. But I couldn't think of an actual match from that show that would make my list.
The Rockers versus Power and Glory?
Huh?
Rockers versus Power and Glory?
No.
Shawn Michaels.
I just have a soft spot for that overall event because it's one of the many VHS wrestling events that I watched during the 2-week period that I was at my grandparents' house when my mom was about to give birth to my brother in 1992 when I had the chicken pox. So I wasn't allowed to be home and they didn't have cable. So every day my grandmother would take me to the local video store because this was 1992. So we'd go to the local video store, not even like a Blockbuster. It was just your local ass video store. And they had a whole section of wrestling tapes. And obviously, I didn't want to rent things that I had already seen. So I rented wrestling pay-per-views. I rented a lot of WCW stuff. Like how I actually saw like a lot of Starcades and everything.
It is a fact that the mom and pop shops back in the day had tapes than fucking Blockbusters and other bigger stores.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, hands down. Those used to be my favorite kinds of video stores, honestly. And like even that, like the local one that I had by me is the reason why I got to see Pulp Fiction when I was like 14 years old, because the guy rented it out to me even though it was an R-rated movie, because he was like, "Oh, you really like movies? Check this out." I think there was a little bit something creepy about him at the end of the day, and we should probably not talk about that. But he still rented me an R-rated movie when I was 14, so I thought he was awesome. And it was Pulp Fiction, so I mean, like, Royale with cheese. Speaking of Royales with cheese.
Sapphire?
So yeah, I was going to put Sapphire and Sherry as my honorable mention because, like, I don't know, that was awesome when she counts along with the referee to fucking, because Sapphire's not there. I love that.
Best heel ever. One of the best
heels
ever.
There was a Mr. Perfect Texas Tornado match on that show that's really good also.
And that was actually a shocker that he lost that match to Tornado, because Tornado just got there like a month before.
Yeah, no, it's not every day you see a man with 1 foot winning his Continental title. Anyway, so my list, like, what was my list?
Oh my God.
No, wait, okay, no, I can do this. I don't know. I don't think I actually wrote it down anywhere. No, shh. Okay.
One of yours. Is it Mabel and Diesel?
Yes, obviously. That's actually numbers 1 through 4.
Oh my God.
Because Mabel weighs so much that he can fit in all 4
Oh my
spots.
God.
Doom. Sorry.
So, okay. My number 1 on my list is easy. It's one of my favorite matches of all time. It is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle from 2001 SummerSlam. Literally one of my favorite matches of all time for many reasons. It's extremely well booked. It's extremely well wrestled. It has a shit finish, but that's okay. It works for the story, and it continued building. It was a great feud. Both guys were at the top of their game at that exact moment. It's a great match. I can't really say anything else about it other than the fact that JR, on a consistent basis during that match, keeps insisting that Austin is going commando on Angle or vice versa. Either way, it's not what he thinks it means. So, I mean, like, go for the crazy JR commentary where he keeps insisting that Kurt Angle's going commando. Like, yes. But it's worth going to watch, honestly. It's on the network. It's worth going to watch. But this isn't in any kind of order, by the way. But number 2 on my list, I'm going to put that Shawn Michaels HBK Triple H match. That Triple H Shawn Michaels match from 2002. Because that match is fucking fantastic. And it was the rebirth of Shawn Michaels and an entire new chapter of his career. And I love everything about it. That's worth going out of your way to see. 100%.
He's your favorite right now, for the time being. He's your favorite right now.
To quote the great Entourage, smoke more weed, turtle.
Number three on my list is another match with Kurt Angle in it, and it's another match from 2002. And it's Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio from the opening match of 2002 SummerSlam.
So I just watched the match for the first time last week. I see why the hype.
That match is fucking awesome. Everything about that match is amazing. I think it was like Rey Mysterio's first big match in WWE too. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, I don't think it was his very first one. I think he did a couple of things on SmackDown prior to that match happening.
Yeah, probably like a cruiserweight title run or something.
Not even. No, I think it was literally like that was his first like pay-per-view program. Like, he had just come in earlier that month and just kind of got like, I think he did some stuff with like the Un-Americans and stuff like that, and then ended up against Angle. Yeah. That match is incredible. I love that match. I love everything about that match. It's worth going to see. Number 4 on my list is also a Rey Mysterio match. And this one is actually being reenacted by AEW on their next pay-per-view as we watch Pac and Andrade wrestle for custody of the Lucha Brothers. This was the original of that storyline. It was Eddie versus Rey for custody of current WWE SmackDown superstar Dominic Mysterio. Take away the stupid-ass storyline, and God knows it was a stupid-ass storyline, but that match was fucking awesome. That match, like, it's not quite the level of their Halloween Havoc 97 match, but few things are. In and of itself, that is an awesome match and one of the better SummerSlam matches, I think, of the event's history. Honestly.
I would say that match is the Paul Orndorff Hulk Hogan.
It's of SummerSlams.
of matches.
I mean, it was the same storyline. It was factually, fact for fact, same storyline. Okay. Number 5 on my list is from SummerSlam 1992.
Ooh.
And I think you know where I'm going with this, right?
Nails match?
Yes, obviously. Nails versus Virgil. Nails versus Virgil, and the winner gets to sign as many 8x10s as can possibly be signed.
Loser doesn't drop the soap.
Right.
No, so it's from 92, and it's not Hart and Bulldog. Because that match is obviously great. That match deserves to be on any of these lists. Completely.
It'll be on none of the lists.
It's actually Warrior Savage from that show. Because
Really?
I think that's actually one of the most underrated matches that is out there. Because nobody ever talks about it. Literally, everyone only talks about their Mania 7 match. And granted, the Mania 7 match had more story to it. It had more drama going on. There was a lot more happening.
It had Paul Orndorff, Hulk Hogan vibe.
Yes, I'm stealing a green. So, like, that was all true. But at the end of the day, this match was still great also. And this match was like Warrior actually kind of put on his working boots and actually looked really good in this match.
Yeah, breaking news. That's why he never wore the pink and green boots ever again because he didn't want to work anymore.
Yo,
By the way, better match, the Mania 7 match or the SummerSlam match?
SummerSlam.
Yeah, I kind of think the SummerSlam match, like from an in-ring perspective, is better.
Was the SummerSlam match.
Yeah. And I love the Mania 7 match.
That's a good argument. It's actually a really good match. 7 had the moments though. I think the bigger moments, like the 7 elbow drops and shit and all that. So
yeah.
So all right,
Michael,
your turn.
You got a sound drop.
Is that JBL saying Michael?
That's often say Michael. Yes.
Why do I have a sound drop?
He didn't say Joe. Steve Austin never said Joe.
That's okay. Give me some RuPaul. Get something in there.
My honorable mention. You were there.
Sapphire.
Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins in the inaugural Universal title match from SummerSlam 2016.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Match with a banger, and then fucking Finn gets hurt and then finishes the match and has a banger. I also have the Paul Orndorff Hulk Hogan match of the year candidate. It's the Rey Mysterio Eddie Guerrero for custody of Dominic ladder match.
This is going to be a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. By the way, I want you to understand that the feud of the year will now be known as the Hulk Hogan versus Paul Orndorff Feud of the Year award.
I love it.
I like it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
My next match is a match from 2009. It includes a gentleman that we discussed having an 0-6 record. I have CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy from the 2009 SummerSlam.
That's a great match.
Big fan of that match.
Have you seen that?
No, I'm not. I won't
go watch that.
Yes.
Another one that we were there for. Joe may or may not have been trying to hit on the guy next to him whenever this match occurred.
If I was awake.
Seth Rollins versus John Cena from the 2015 title versus title match where Jon Stewart cost John Cena the match.
That is a great match.
I remember that one. That's a good match, actually. Yeah, I remember that one.
I remember the kid next to him just oozing over. Fucking Seth Rollins wearing white.
Right?
It was.
That was wasn't it?
What?
That was in Brooklyn, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another match that was really fun, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena from the 2013 SummerSlam. The one where Bryan gets the win and then all of a sudden where it comes out and cashes in like 8 seconds later.
That was like the first big Bryan Danielson's actually like a main event level guy.
And they kicked him right in the nuts.
Yep.
And last but not least, speaking of Daniel Bryan, this is the match that I think catapulted him on the main roster. It was the 7-on-7 tag match from the 2010 SummerSlam between Nexus and Team WWE.
That is a fun match. I wish that the storyline had to me that's that match. That's that match that gets a little ruined in hindsight because nothing happened from there.
Nexus just died.
And Nexus just dies, and the storyline that they run with Wade Barrett and all that was bullshit.
Punk taking over the Nexus and Barrett starting the core.
Well, no, remember for a while too, it was Cena was
he was fired.
forced to be in the Nexus and all. It was bullshit.